Hello. Good morning, dear students. How are you all? This video lesson module number 6 on metals and non-metals brought you by Vignan Global Gen Schools, Hyderabad. I, myself, Venkat Reddy, Peram, teaching faculty, Madina Goda, Vignan. Dear students, before going to introduce the topic meant for today, let me ask a few questions. Okay? You try to answer. What is this? Yes, my dear students, observe this one. What is this? Wrench. You know, in order to fix the bolts, we are using this wrench. Yes, this wrench is made up of. Yes, this wrench is made up of. You are correct. Iron. Yes, this wrench is made up of iron. My dear students, I am asking direct question. Is this wrench directly available as like this in the nature? Yes? No. This wrench directly not available in the nature as it easily like wrench. And even iron nails also. Iron nails, iron bars, which are not at all available directly as nails or bars in the nature. Now tell me, this ring is made up of silver. Good. Now, is this ring available like this in the nature directly in the form of ring? No. Is this silver directly available as like ring in the nature? No. So, here metals are directly not available in the nature. Okay. Now, but how these metals are available? Yes, metals are available along with other elements in the nature in the form of minerals and ores. Okay. So, my dear students, do you know what name is suitable for the extraction of metals from the corresponding minerals and ores? Do you know the name of that branch of chemistry? Yes? Anybody? No? Yes. Now let me tell. And this branch of chemistry which deals about metals, extraction of the metals from their corresponding minerals and ores is called metallurgy. What is that? Metallurgy. Okay. And now, today, let us learn more information about this extraction of metals in the form of metallurgy. For that, one special topic is meant for you from our NCERT textbook science, especially metals and non-metals. What is that? Yes, occurrence of metals. What is that? Occurrence of metals. So today, my dear students, what is the topic? Occurrence. Do you know the spelling for occurrence? OCCURRENCE. Occurrence of metals. And this occurrence of metals combinedly studied or collectively studied under metallurgy. What is that branch of chemistry called? Metallurgy. So, metallurgy is a branch of chemistry which deals about extraction of the metals from the corresponding minerals and ores. Okay. Now coming to this one. What do you know about occurrence of metals? You know, my dear students, earth crust is the major source of metals. What is that? Earth crust. Earth crust is the major source of metals. And not only this earth crust, even sea water. You know, sea water consisting of some dissolved salts. What are they? What are the dissolved salts? Tell me. Sodium chloride, which we call common salt, and magnesium chloride, etc. These salts are dissolved in seawater. Okay. Now coming to the point. Where do we get these minerals of majority of the metals? Yes, majority of the minerals are available from the earth crust by the process called digging. And this digging process is also called mining in metallurgical terms. Okay, so with the help of this digging process or mining process, we would like to obtain minerals onto the earth surface. But minerals are generally found in the earth crust under some depth, like 600 meters, 700 meters, 800 meters, like that. So now let me define what is mineral. Okay, so the first foremost important definition from this chapter, what is mineral? What is mineral? Elements or compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust are called minerals. Once again, elements or compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust are called minerals. Okay, and now after this mineral, now let us know about ores. Now tell me, what is the very important mineral of iron? The very important mineral of iron is hematite. What is the formula of hematite? Fe2O3. And iron has different minerals also. What are they? Magnetite, limonite, siderite, iron pyrites. Now this is the hematite, one of the best mineral of iron. Like that, even for bauxite also, even for aluminum also, bauxite. If you take uranium, pitch blende, if you take thorium metal, monazite sand, all these are the minerals. Now coming to ore. When this mineral becomes ore, what is the definition of ore? Very simple. The mineral from which metal can be profitably extracted. The mineral from which metal can be profitably extracted is called ore of that metal. So the mineral from which metal can be profitably extracted. For suppose, let us take iron. What is the best ore of iron? Hematite. What is the formula? Fe2O3. If you take aluminium best ore is bauxite, Al2O3, 2H2O. If you take uranium, pitch blende, U3O8. If you take zinc carbonate, also called calamine. All these are the best ores of corresponding metals. But what is ore in general? The mineral from which metal can be profitably extracted. Actually, ores consisting of high percentage of metal. Okay, na? And now coming to, do you know what are the general principles involved in metallurgy? To extract a pure metal from the corresponding ore, there are three basic operations present in metallurgy. How many basic operations are there? Three basic operations. What are they? Now let me explain that. So this is collectively called GPIM. What is that? GPIM. General principles involved in metallurgy. Now the first principle, yes, dressing or enrichment of the ore. dressing or enrichment of ore. Okay, dressing or enrichment of ore. Now the second one is extraction of the metal. Extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. Third one, purification or refining. What is the third one? Purification or refining. So these are the three general steps involved in the metallurgical operations or in the extraction of any metal. Just okay. Now let us take first step. What is meant by dressing or concentration? Let me discuss one by one. Dressing or enrichment of ore or concentration of the ore. All these words are synonymous in nature. Do you know, my dear student? Dressing. Dress the wound means clean the wound. Dress the ore. Clean the ore. What is the need for us to dress the ore? Because ores are often mined from earth crust. They are already contaminated with earthy as well as rocky impurities like soil particles, sand particles, small pieces of rock material, mica silicate material. All these are added as impurities. So before going to extract the metal, we need to remove these unwanted external impurities. For that, we are utilizing step number 1. What is that step number 1 called? Dressing or concentration of the ore or enrichment of the ore. And what name is given to those impurities? Impurities are called, one word is there, Gangue. Gang. Gang means what, Nana? Impurities. Impurities. So in metallurgical terminology, gang means impurities. What are the impurities? Impurities like soil particles, sand particles, small pieces of rock, silicates, which are in addition to the ore in the nature, are called gang. So before going to extract the metal, we need to remove the gang. For that, various separation techniques are there, various methods we are following, but all the processes are based on the difference between the physical and chemical properties of the gang as well as ore. Different methods accordingly employed, like gravity separation, fourth flotation, magnetic separation. So these are the some methods. Now coming to second step. What is that? Extraction of metals. What is the second step? Basic operation? Extraction of metals. My dear students, now we already discussed about reactivity series of metals in the previous modules. And reactivity series of metals is also called activity series of metals. Now let me introduce this reactivity series of metals for this second step. What is that? Extraction of metal. So here what is the topic? Extraction of metals. Yes. Now reactivity series. How many elements are there actually in that series? For suppose if you take reactivity series, first element potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. First 5 metals. After zinc, iron, lead. Okay. After hydrogen is there. After hydrogen is non-metal. Next copper, mercury. Finally silver, gold, platinum. So this is about RSM. RSM means what? Reactivity series of metals. Now By taking this reactivity series of metals as a preliminary knowledge, let me divide the metals on the basis of their chemical reactivity. Now, first of all, these elements are there which are almost all at the bottom of the reactivity series. What are they? Silver, gold, platinum. All these three metals are least reactive metals which are available in the nature in native state. Native state or free state. Native state or free state. So free state means what? Alone. They do not react with other elements. They are actually available in the nature alone. That state is called free state. And so first division over here, least reactive. And now coming to the topmost 5 metals. What are they? Almost potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, which are available in the top of the reactivity series are highly reactive. So these are called high reactive metals. And these metals are obtained by electrolysis. Electrolysis of their corresponding oxides or chlorides. Electrolysis of their corresponding oxides or chlorides. And these metals are available in combined state. Because these are high reactive metals, definitely these are available in combined state along with other. And now coming to zinc, iron, lead. These three metals are called moderately reactive metals. MRM. MRM का मतलब क्या है? Moderately reactive metals. These metals are available in the form of their corresponding oxides or sulfides or carbonates, but in combined state. Okay. Now coming to copper, mercury. These metals are called less reactive metals. LRM. Less reactive metals. And these metals available in the form of their sulfides. Available in the form of their sulfides in the combined state in nature. So if you take copper and silver, these are available in free state as well as in combined state. And now if you take majority of the ores are oxide ores. Majority of the metals are able to form what type of ores? Oxide ores. Then what is the reason? Why the majority of the ores are oxides? Because oxygen is very reactive element and which is available in the earth crust in abundance. So the percentage availability of oxygen in the earth crust is more. This is the first most abundant non-metal in the earth crust. Because of this reason, most of the metal ores are oxides. Okay, so oxygen is very reactive and it is available, abundantly available in the nature. Now coming to these metal categories. So on the basis of reactivity, there are 3 types of category of metals are available. What are they? First, metals of high reactivity, metals of moderately reactivity, and metals of low reactivity. Okay, my dear students, but we need to follow different steps according to the category. For all the categories, we need not to follow the same procedure. Different procedures are accompanied accordingly. So now, after this, we want to discuss about extraction of metals of low reactivity and extraction of the metals of moderately reactive elements. Okay, na? So this is about the first part of metallurgy. Okay, my dear students. So in this case, we already learnt about important definitions. Metallurgy definition, mineral, ore, what is gangue, what is GPIM, general principles involved in metallurgy, how many steps are there, and what about extraction of metals, and what about reactivity series of metals. Reactivity series of metals divided into 3 categories: metals of high reactivity, metals of moderately reactivity and metals of low reactivity and metals of least reactivity. Now coming to that two steps. What is that? Extraction of metals of low reactivity and metals of high reactivity. Okay. Now all of you once observe. So these are the first basic operations, comes under extraction of metals only. So we are in step number 2 only. Now what is that? See, let me take first category. Extraction of metals of low reactivity. So what is that? Extracting the metals of low reactivity. So whenever if I say about low reactive metals, let me take two metals. One is mercury. What is the symbol of mercury? Hg. And the second one is copper, Cu. Okay. And metal mercury is available in the form of mercuric sulfide. This is also called cinnabar. What is the name given to this one? Cinnabar. Okay. It is occur as sulfide ore. And what about copper? Copper also available in the form of copper 2s, Cu2s, copper sulfide. Otherwise copper 1 sulfide, chalcocite. This is called cinnabar. This is called chalcocite. What is that? Chalcocite, Cu2s. Now whenever sulfide is there in any ore, during extraction we need to follow roasting method. What is that sub operation called? Roasting. Roasting. What is that? Roasting. Now during this process of roasting, let us take the ore. What is that ore? Hg, yes, mercuric sulfide, heated very strongly in the excess of air. In the excess of air, heated very strongly in the excess of air to obtain mercuric oxide along with one gas. What is that gas called? Sulfur dioxide. Okay. So to balance this equation, put here 2, 3, 2 and 2. Mercuric sulfide is available in solid state. Oxygen is a gas. Mercuric oxide is solid. Sulfur dioxide also gas. This is about first step. What is the method called? Roasting. In the second step, mercuric oxide directly converted to metal mercury, heating alone. If you heat this mercuric oxide, directly mercuric oxide converted to metal mercury in the presence of strong heating. So after balancing, this is actually solid, this is liquid, mercury is available in liquid state, and this is gas. So 2HgO, 2Hg plus O2. So these are two steps corresponding to the process of what is that called? Roasting. So during roasting process, which gas is liberated? Sulfur dioxide. Roasting is meant for what type of ores? Sulfide ores. And what is meant by roasting? Heating the ore strongly in the excess amount of air is called roasting. This is one of the basic operation involved in metallurgy, especially in extraction of metals for sulfide ores. Like that, let me take copper sulfide. Now copper sulfide is available as Cu2s. Let me take Cu2s, heating in the excess amount of air. Air is nothing but oxygen, supporter of combustion, you know, and heat, strong heating required. Then Cu2s converted to Cu2O along with sulfur dioxide gas. So Cu2s is available in solid state, oxygen is in gaseous state, Cu2O is in again solid state, oxygen is in gaseous, sulfur dioxide is in gaseous state. After balancing, you will get 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay, na? So this is about first step, roasting. Here also, what is that process called? we are using roasting. So roasting process. In the second step, Cu2O again combined with less amount of Cu2S left over in the presence of strong heating to convert it into metal copper along with sulfur dioxide. Okay, na? And to balance this particular equation, we required now for suppose if you take here 2 and SO2 balanced, then 6 Cu you will get. So 4 Cu, 6 Cu, 6 Cu, 1 SO2, SO2. And SO2 is in gaseous state, copper is in solid state, and copper oxide is in solid state, copper sulfide is also in solid state. So these are the two steps corresponding to copper sulfide. So this is about extraction of metals of low reactivity. So especially in this category there are two metals, my dear students. One is mercury, second one is copper. Mercury is available as cinnabar, mercuric sulfide, HGS is the formula, and copper is available in the form of chalcocite. What is the formula? Cu2S. And both these metals undergo roasting. Why? Because these are sulfide ores. Then tell me what is meant by roasting. Heating the ore strongly in the excess amount of air. And during this roasting process, SO2 gas is liberated. Roasting is only meant for sulfide ore, and these are the corresponding chemical equations related to HGS and Cu2S. And these metals directly will get alone on heating. So here we are not using any reducing agent. Here we are not using any electrolysis method. These are obtained directly by heating. So these two metals are obtained alone on heating. So okay. So that's all for today's class, my dear students. In the very next class, we are going to learn about extraction of metals moderately reactive in the nature and extracting metals of high reactivity, and if possible along with electrolytic refining of copper. Till then, my dear girls and boys, have a nice day. Thank you.